President of the Barbados Economic Society, Shane Lowe, sees potential investment and employment opportunities for local businesses coming out of the recent announcement of a lower corporate tax regime that will include local businesses.
On a net basis, the recently announced changes in corporate tax rates for local and international businesses should be a positive for local businesses because they're likely to pay lower taxes going forward. This is a positive not only in the short term, but also in the longer term, because it means that local businesses might see Barbados as a more profitable place to invest. And if, because of the increased profitability, they do choose to invest more, that has positive implications for economic activity, but also for longer term employment.
Mr. Lowe says notwithstanding the additional employment opportunities that could flow from the tax changes, there is unlikely to be any material change in consumer prices in the near term, except in those markets that are most competitive.
Additionally, because the changes in corporate tax rates are supposed to be revenue neutral, then if that occurs, it is also unlikely that you'll see any material change in the tax burden on individuals in the short term. What you may see, and the Prime Minister hinted at it, is that the government is looking to reduce taxes on personal and corporate income and shift the relative burden of taxation to consumption and wealth. And so what may happen is that individuals may be able to take home more of their money after tax, but they may have to spend a bit more on the goods and services that they wish to consume, or they may have to pay a bit more on the wealth that they've accumulated over time.
As of the end of this month, local commercial banks will be required to hold less government paper as securities. The Central Bank of Barbados has announced that it has reduced the securities reserve ratio for commercial banks from 20% to 17.5%, and that's effective November 29th. Central Bank Governor Cleviston Haynes announced the change in his remarks at the opening of a half-day workshop, Debt Exchange, Risks and Opportunities, Leveraging the Jamaican Experience. Mr. Haynes reminded that the previous requirement of 20%, which went into effect on January 1st this year, was intended to be a temporary measure until government could strengthen its public finances. He added that the reduction at month-end reflects the bank's commitment to reduce this ratio as government's fiscal situation improves, and he anticipated that there would be further reductions in the coming months. Well, let's take a look now at how stocks traded on selected exchanges across the region.
First up, Jamaica, where Panjam Investment Limited was the volume leader with 2,381,110 units at $61.60 each, and they were followed by Cygnus Credit Investments Limited, JMD Ordinary Shares, and Seprod Limited. Over in Trinidad and Tobago, JMMB Group Limited was the volume leader with 56,500 shares changing hands for a value of $98,875, and they were followed by Guardian Holdings Limited and NCB Financial Group Limited. And right here in Barbados, Sagicor Financial Corporation Limited was the sole security, trading 88 shares at $2.10 each.